And so we're here. You just missed them calling some ICE agents that came out some bad names. Germans of the 1930s, etc. It's freezing out here, but yet this guy here with a beard and a beer belly, he's going topless. It's Minnesota in winter. Someone with a flag is that? I mean, I want to say Argentina, but I don't know. Anyway, we got some stuff to get into, as I hear some other YouTubers say. One of my favourites, Liberal Hive Mind. It is messed up out there. We got a lot. The first things first. Let me adjust this, by the way, that's not right. Now that I've got my reading glasses on, let's just fix the parameters of that. Is that right? Yeah, it looks about right. So there's protests outside of the ICE facility in Minneapolis area, Minnesota, right? Don't ask me for specifics because I'm daft enough that I will go and look it up. But what we do have today is that I don't know if you've seen it or not yet, I've seen it and I'm going to show it. There is the body cam footage from the agent that was hit, and I want to show some media reactions to it. And it's the same people out here protesting ICE. They've just got some backup now. You know, they're wearing the Palestine scarves and whatnot. There's, the fat old lesbians, etc., saying, shame on you. Don't know who she means, but ICE, she means ICE, I'm joking. So, let's get into it. But, like I say, we'll get a flavour of the protest. This is from The Sun. You've got Cam Higby's out there having arguments with protesters as usual. Minneapolis is out. Fox 9 Minneapolis, St. Paul was out there. And Reuters is out there. I'm just getting them all to live for you. And our old friends, Kensington Avenue, totally separate. They don't have the luxury of protesting. They're homeless and nobody cares about them. Backlash cares. We're here for it. Anybody that is in a position to, please give to charities that help them. Go on. Off your own back. Find it. Do it. I dare you. I would be all for that. I do. I'm just not going to name charities on here that I don't have the right to. So, the first thing we're going to do, though, once we get up and running here, is excuse my cold. It is winter and I have a slight cold. But the first thing we're going to do tonight is we're going to look at the video, and I'm stalling a little bit here, but we are going to look at the new video that shows the reality of the dash cam, sorry. And shows the reality of the situation of what actually happened. They're always accusing people of being pedos, as they say. It's just their favourite thing to do, I think. Whereas, I don't know, there's a few people among their own crowd there that look a bit dodgy in that regard. And, like I say, we've got 4 different feeds for the protests, so we're golden on that. We'll be, and it's still early in Minnesota. And Portland last night we were doing Portland last night, and we all saw that it was getting rough. I'm trying to listen into them as well, and I'm trying to read and I'm talking to you. I hope you appreciate my service. But, here's the thing: this crowd, they start shouting at anyone filming them that is not on their side, if you like, that has politics different from their own. And sometimes it's the case, sometimes it isn't, but they outright will just have a go at anyone that is there that they think shouldn't be there, whatever. Because you're only allowed to be there if you agree with them, which is pretty gross and stupid, really, isn't it? In my opinion. Surely it's for everyone and it's for no one. They're always screaming, this is what democracy looks like out in the Portland one. Now, these police officers keeping them back, I'm actually sure they're not federal agents, they're local, but I'm not sure. I think they're... Oh no, I'm thinking of Illinois. This is Minnesota. These are more likely to be federal, but I don't know. Can Minnesota even afford this sort of police get-up, considering how much is given away in fraud every year? I would hesitate to imagine that they could afford it. They shout a lot of those things, but if they were actually confronted by these cops, they wouldn't do anything. Most of these people, quite sadly. Look, the first thing we're going to do, and it's hard to do, because it is a bit horrible, so it's viewer discretion. But it's not so bad compared to the footage from other angles. So let me just get my act together here. That's not the one I'm looking for. So the first one we're going to show you is this. We're going to have a look at it here, and again, viewer discretion. We'll have a look at it a couple of times, so I think it's pretty fair to talk about it. People are trying to use this as a way to shut down ICE, as they try to use anything that comes along. To shut down ICE. But we're going to look at it, and then we'll get back to those protesters, and then we'll talk about it. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I'm just typing something first. I'm giving it a second here, but seriously, let me know what you think of. I'm assuming that everyone coming to this has probably seen this by now, but if you haven't, here we go. Let's do it. Again, this is from the body cam. I think I said dash cam by accident. Body cam of the officer. And you're going to see some silly behaviour from the people involved. But it was a good 4 or 5 minutes they were blocking the road before this, by the way, as well. And the woman's wife got out of the car and was filming the whole thing. Because, you know, they want to be famous. Everyone wants to be famous. Everybody wants to go to Hollywood. Let's check it out.
That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Oh! So we'll see it again in a second, but I've got a couple of opinions of it. First of all, the the butch one of the couple, not to be controversial, but just the truth of it, you know, come on. The husband of the couple, if you like, is outside the car going, go get yourself some lunch, big boy, and acting quite tough with the officer that then gets hit by the car. She's continually, the one in the car, who's passed away, and it's tragic, is continually smiling at the officer, and then decides to hit him with a car. Now, the media narrative previously they were giving was, the initial narrative was, she's just trying to drive away. Well, why is she trying to drive away while her partner's trying to open the door? She deliberately hits him with the car. Like, why would she not let her partner back in the car here? That's problematic. She doesn't let her partner back in the car. And then actively drives the car at the officer, hits him with it. That's the reality here. Whether you like it or not, it's the truth of what happened. Can't just say one side's bloodthirsty and the other's just, this innocent babe in the woods. The partner's screaming abuse at them. She's saying, I'm not angry at you, and then hits him with the car. You know, and deliberately hits him with the car. Dog's in the back seat. She thinks there'll be no consequences, that nothing will really happen. Maybe he'll get arrested, maybe he'll get a fine. But she drives the car at him, hits him with it. That's just a fact. That's something that happens. And you listen to the noises. He is hit by the car before he fires a shot. And that's the reality here. Put yourself in his position. You're looking from his view here. If you're in that situation, the partner's giving you grief. She decides to not let her partner back in the car, her wife back in the car, and instead drives at the officer. That is the reality. She probably thinks he'll just move out the way because she's Princess Karen. She can do whatever she likes, but let's see it again.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking country. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Whoa!
Watching it again, by the way, she doesn't have much concern for her partner trying to get in the car either. She can swipe them with it quite easily. And
it'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later.
you can see the butch one, she acts, she was clearly former specialist, she was in the military. Look the way she's acting like some sort of tough guy. And then tries to get in the car, nearly gets hit with it herself, by the way. That's how deranged this person is. So act on normal all you like, but that's the reality here. One more time for the record.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking country. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
There you go, tough guy again, this one. You're total hard nut.
Out of the car.
Oh! There you go. And just for good measure, after she hit him with a car, he fires a couple of shots into the car. One hits on the head, kills her. And she careers off and hits another car on the lamppost. But as she's driving off, he doesn't know that he's killed her yet, but he calls her a fucking bitch. And frankly, from his point of view here, he's just been hit by a car. You know, so, you know, it is what it is. The protests are still going on. We're going to get to them. But what I want to do first is go to a couple of different media reactions to the police body cam of the incident. So let's see this one first. This is NBC. I've not seen either. I'm just willing for there to be a juxtaposed situation between the two, which wouldn't surprise me even in the slightest. Frankly, we all know what it's like. Lost my page. Let's check it out.
Now out of Minneapolis. Right now we are getting a new look at the ICE-involved shooting that killed a 37-year-old woman in an SUV, Renee Good. The video appears to be from the perspective of one of the ICE agents. Let's take a look.
Doesn't appear to be. It's his body cam. We know that, and NBC should know that ahead of time. I don't know why they're saying that.
I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Oh!
NBC News national law enforcement
Puts
and
a different
intelligence
spin on
correspondent
it.
Tom Winter joins us now. Tom, walk us through what you saw in this video and the perspective you say appears to be from the ICE agent who fired the shots.
It may be, and it's clearly heard there on the tape. There are two expletives that are uttered at the end of the tape, an F expletive, a B expletive, and we're not quite sure who said that, just so everybody's clear, who's speaking at that moment. Is now deceased, and for the moment that the car goes into drive and the shots are fired, it's less than 3 seconds as we look at it here on the video. So first thing that it points out is how quick these interactions always are. They always escalate from a certain point to the moment that shots are fired very quickly. That is something we see in a lot of police-involved shootings, officer-involved shootings, and this federal officer-involved shooting. The second thing is clearly there's some sort of a interaction here that had been going on. And this is why I've been saying since the moment on air with you, on air with everybody, since the moment that this has happened, what happened before this occurred?
Right.
What is the discussion that is occurring here? It does appear to answer some questions that we've had since this incident began, which is what was the interaction like at the car?
Right.
As I said on the Today Show yesterday morning, okay, so does she say something back to the ICE agents? What are the ICE agents asking or commanding her to do? And is there a moment of panic that occurs there? Is there a statement that happens there? And now we have clarity on that, in that there is no specific statement that she utters at that moment.
Right.
They are clearly commanding her to get out of the vehicle. They're giving her some sort of a command. And go ahead.
Does she have to follow those commands? As someone who was there, a U.S. citizen, we assume not the target of those operations at that time. Is she under a legal obligation to obey?
Typically, yes, because law enforcement has their lights on. Law enforcement is giving you a command. They're asking you to step out of the vehicle. There's a discussion that's taking place. I know that there's going to be different attorneys that are going to weigh in on this issue, so that's why I'm giving a caveat there. I would want to know more about that from a legal expert, but typically, yes, if law enforcement is giving you a command in that circumstance, that's something to do. They're certainly not telling her to drive away.
Right.
And so there's also, a question there of whether or not they've had some prior interaction with law enforcement.
And that we don't know yet. Tom, stay right here. I want to bring in Julia Ainsley, who's standing by and who acquired this video. Julia, what can you tell us about how you got this video and what you're hearing from your sources about what you think it depicts?
Well, of course, we can't go into sourcing on this, but this is a video that has been verified from our big team here at NBC News. This is just and look, there have been a lot of videos from different perspectives, but from the very beginning, we could see the officer who was involved in the shooting with a cell phone as he walked around the car, and so now we're getting it from his perspective. Unfortunately, we're not able to get a body cam. That's what we really want as journalists in this perspective, because body cams stay on the vest, and so when he goes to reach for the gun at the end of this video, that's when our view drops out and we just see the car. If we could have seen the vest, of course, we'd be able to get a more clearer perspective on exactly what this officer saw when he made that decision to shoot. Unfortunately, ICE does not have a mandatory policy on body cameras. They had a pilot program that started under the Biden administration, and right now no more than 20% of ICE officers on the streets actually have body cameras, and even if they do, they're not required to turn them on. So what we have is this. But as Tom points out, I mean, it does give us more of an idea into the interaction between these two parties. Now, the woman you see who's speaking to the officer the most, who's out of her car with the camera, I believe, and I don't think we're going out on a limb too far here, I do believe that is the wife of Renee Good, because so that people who are protesting them don't follow them from location to location, and they can do their jobs more covertly and presumably with more safety. And so she's saying, we're not changing our life. Officers are trained. They're told also never to come at a car from the front. And you can see he walks around the car several times. Things seem to escalate right as he's at the corner of the car. So again, what we would want is a body cam footage to be able to see if that corner was aimed near him. Again, what Tom said, the expletive too, I think is really going to come out and be a big piece of this conversation. And we're bleeping this out because we're on broadcast news, but it actually shows, and it may not have come from the officer who actually fired the shots, but one of the officers nearby. It's definitely a man's voice. We've heard it. And when they're saying effing B, that is coming out of the mouths of these officers as this shot was fired. Now, we know this is an FBI investigation. We know state investigation.
No, she just lied there. That's not coming out as the shots were fired. It comes out after he's hit by the car, which you clearly hear. I'll play the video separately again, by the way, because as I showed you before we even watched this. And it comes out after the shots are fired. But after he's hit by the car, he calls her names. So do I think he's did the wrong thing by saying anything like that after he's been hit by a car? No, Karen, you nut job. He's just been hit by her car after she was smiling at him and telling him she wasn't angry at him, and then she drove her car right at him. Clips him. Quite hard. You hear the crunch. It's rough. And he was totally justified in firing the shots, and it's not on. You can't just drive your car at someone and then to try and make it newsworthy that he calls her a bitch afterwards. Doesn't matter. Honestly, it's looking for a narrative all the time. But let's hear it out.
Investigators are not allowed to look into this, so they wouldn't even be reviewing this video or drawing any of their own conclusions. They're not even allowed to interview witnesses, even though the governor would like that. But these are all the things that would normally go into an investigation, not just from the feds, but also internally within ICE to see if there was any breach of conduct here. But at this point, we don't even know that they're doing an internal investigation into this officer, or if he was even placed on any kind of administrative leave, which is protocol after that. So what this video does, though, is it's the first time we've gotten this much closer to the perspective of that officer as he chose to fire those shots. And again, it may still serve as a Rorschach test, because protesters who are on the streets of Minneapolis are going to hear those words. They're probably going to hear the version of this video that is not bleeped out. And they might say that this is a woman smiling in her car who looks cooperative. And then you have an angry ICE officer. But you may have people on the other side who say,
anybody that would be saying, oh, you have a woman that's cooperative and happy in her car, and then you have an angry ICE officer, that's what they think people's point of view will be. That's clearly their point of view. That's a deranged point of view. You're absolutely insane. Let's show you it again, right? And then you tell me if that's what the vibe is here. Is this a angry ICE officer and a nice and calm woman? You know, on the other side of it, it's not the case at all. It's just farcical. What I'll do is I'll play the video again with the expletives and all the rest, expletives as they keep calling it, again, right? And we'll have a look. But they're skewing that in a way that I'm surprised at, if you know what I mean, because it's pretty straight on what happens. It's not really up for debate. You be the judge.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking country. You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the
All right,
car.
take it back.
Now, NBC just claimed the words come out his mouth as the shots are fired. Fucking bitch. They don't. He's on the ground after he's been hit by a car. After he's shot her, after she's smiling at him, and after her butch wife is giving them grief and making threats, saying, "You want to come at us, big boy," and all that, go get some lunch. Just an absolute farce. Let's see it again. Let's go again. We will get to the protests. I've got them live in the background. But let's see it again, because NBC says people might take from this that she was being cooperative and happy and it was angry ICE officers. I don't think that's the case at all. I think it's a narrative they want to portray, which is very dangerous when the facts don't back any of that up. What the facts back up is the wife of the woman in the car is outside the car, being quite aggressive and threatening with the officers, by the way. You want to come at us? I'm an ex-specialist, as in the forces. Go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Being quite demeaning, by the way, which isn't allowed towards women, but is allowed towards men, by the way, in modern society. That's not good enough either. Has to go both ways. That's what equality is. Equality is an even playing field. You can't be just speaking to people like that and expect no reaction. Maybe she wanted a reaction, but she knows he can't really do anything just from her hearty words. But these are the people who always want hearty words cancelled and things like that. So, you know, they're hypocrites. And I feel bad because the lady's dead, but she is smiling and all that. So the officers get no reason to believe that his life's in danger until she rams him with the car, which she does. And if the original narrative of she was just trying to move out the way was at all true, why did she not let her partner in the car? She chooses to ignore her partner attempting to get in the car and just rams into the ICE officer. That's what happens. Let's see it.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S.
The gaslighting of that, the one in the car saying to you, "I'm not mad at you," and smiling and all that, and the partner's being aggressive and threatening. It's a lot to deal with for the officers, but let's go.
citizen, former fucking specialist. You want to come
Former
at us?
fucking specialist.
You want to come at us?
By the way, NBC we just watched didn't say anything about her swearing. The partner outside the car. I'm a former fucking specialist.
I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy.
But
Go ahead.
Hardner, real tough guy, this one.
Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the
All right,
car.
take it back.
Oh, so that's the whole interaction, and we've watched it a couple of times now. You tell me, is the ICE officer justified? You tell me. In reality, I think yes. In the spur of it, in the heat of the moment, you're being rammed by a car, and the fucking bitch phrase that NBC were making so much of doesn't happen until afterwards. So they're trying to portray it was some angry ICE officer. They are absolutely deluded, and they want it to be a certain way and not the opposite. One more time, then we'll get back to the protests. First, we'll do the other side of it, which will be Fox News giving their opinion. We've seen NBC give theirs. Well, they were being really cagey and on the fence about any justification, but they're trying to paint it that, oh, some people will say this was an angry ICE officer. It wasn't. It wasn't. It was law enforcement officers doing their job and her refusing and then hitting one with a car. Does he then have to shoot her? That should be the real question here. He does have the right to stand his ground, defend himself. In fact, police officers are trained, don't back down, you stand your ground, you're the law. And that's how they're trained. So he's in a sticky wicket there. He has to maintain law and order. She doesn't, you know. He's got the rules of engagement. She doesn't. Her rules of engagement are follow the law, but the partner's already threatened this very same ICE officer, and then the one in the car, who's now deceased sadly, she then hits him with the car. It's not on. It's not okay. You can't do that. And that's what NBC should be saying to people. Don't be hitting people with your car. It's a deadly weapon.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the
All right,
car.
take it back.
And that's the behaviour, and it's not good enough. If it hadn't ended in a fatality, none of us would be talking about whether it should have been or not. You know, that's a reality here. We wouldn't be saying, should she be arrested or not? We'd be all 100% she should be arrested. The Monday morning quarterbacking of a police officer, law enforcement officer, trying to do their job and trying to remain safe and keep everyone else safe is ridiculous. That whole interaction is about 25 seconds there, after about 5 minutes of them refusing to let traffic pass, specifically let ICE go about their duties. They're already obstructing the law then. And Dave asked her to get out of her car. She has to obey law enforcement instructions. NBC, the anchor asked, does she have to obey that because of that same narrative that people have been putting out there? You don't have to obey ICE. Yes, you do. Yes, you bloody do. That's not optional. They're still federal agents. You have to obey their commands. If they tell you to get out of your car, then that is something you want to be doing post-haste. So we've seen the NBC one. Let's see the Fox News one and see what they're saying, and then we'll get back to the actual protests. There's nothing major happening there yet, but we'll get back to it.
Minnesota's Governor Tim Walz declaring today a day of unity, calling for peaceful protests and a moment of silence for Renee Good, the woman killed in Wednesday's fatal ICE-involved shooting.
The National Guard now on standby in the Twin Cities as anti-ICE protests are expected for a third straight day.
Alexis McAdams joins us live from downtown Minneapolis with the latest. Alexis.
Good morning. Well, you saw yesterday some of those protests breaking out across the city, and I think it's interesting being here on the ground covering it, hearing what some of these people are saying to these Border Patrol agents and these ICE officers, calling them murderers, calling them killers, and then even spitting at them, which we'll get to in a second. I want to show you what happened this morning, just a short time ago, right near the scene. This was the first time I've seen Minneapolis police out there trying to, I guess, help, because they're trying to push all of this debris and, like, basically encampments that were set up right near where the shooting happened. They blocked off the road since this shooting happened and left behind snacks and other items. I don't know for what. Back out here live, although the feds say the agents shot this woman in self-defense, the protesters that we've been talking to say that these people and these agents are killers and they don't want them in their city. They're taking their neighbors, etc. So it's been very contentious here on the ground. We saw at least a dozen people arrested. Watch this. Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bovino on the ground, walking up and down. He was trying to show his support for teams who are out helping ICE during this massive federal operation. The reason they are also needed, I think it's important to point out, is because local police are just not around. The Sheriff's Department didn't see them. The Minneapolis PD didn't see them. So when there's all that chaos, they need somebody to help step in. At one point, Bovino had a clash with protesters.
Get out of the way.
The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension wanted to conduct its own independent investigation into the shooting. They said, let us take a look at the paperwork. Is there body cam video? They had all these questions, but now they have, quote, reluctantly withdrawn because the FBI said, we don't need your help. They blocked them from being involved. DHS Acting Director Kristi Noem says they don't need Minnesota's help.
I'd like to know where they've been and why they're not out on the streets investigating all of these people
Very
that
good
are
question.
harassing and inciting violence on law enforcement officers right now. They're allowing the situation to be volatile. They're not doing their work. They have not been cut out. They don't have any jurisdiction in this investigation.
And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem correcting that there. But yeah, just so much going on the ground. We're expecting more protests, not just today, but throughout the weekend. We'll keep an eye on it.
All right, thanks so much. Appreciate it, Alexis. So who is this mom? Who is this woman that lost her life tragically, Renee Good? We're finding out more. Turns out she moves to Minneapolis, and according to reports, she goes into a daycare with a 6-year-old, or a school with a 6-year-old, and evidently it's a charter school known for its social activism, at which time other parents start saying how important it is for kids to get involved in activism. That's another conversation. Number two, it turns out that she gets gradually radicalized, or was radicalized already, and joins these anti-ICE teams, and she becomes a warrior for those teams.
Yeah, the New York Post calling her an ICE warrior, saying that Renee Good had participated in part. Yeah, there you go. The cover right there of the New York Post. Look at that. Warrior on the left, saying that she was part, Ainsley, of this ICE Watch group. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it is unbelievable that in America we have these organized groups. In Minneapolis, we saw it out in California months ago, where groups are allowed to organize to basically dox, identify, and put our ICE, federal immigration law enforcement officers, at greater risk. That's why you've got assaults up.
Yeah, that's
100%.
dangerous. That's very
you've got
dangerous.
A 3,200% increase in vehicle assaults. Now, you mentioned that school, Brian. A mother that also has a child in that school gave a quote to the New York Post saying that Renee was trained against these ICE agents, what to do, what not to do. It's a very thorough training to listen to commands, to know your rights, to whistle when you see an ICE agent. I know she was doing the right thing. I watched the video plenty of times, but I also know in my heart the woman she was doing everything right. However, that's not
right if you're an activist.
That's not actually true. If you're obstructing an ICE operation,
but in that person's mind, she was
the thing. This just shows you there are two tales going on in America right now. You have some people who think she was doing the right thing, including this mom at the school. The activist community, they think she was doing the right thing. Then you have the other group, the other side of the story, who says you can't resist arrest. You can't run away from police officers when they tell you to get out of the car, when they tell you to stop. You have to. She was trained to do that. According to the New York Post, it says she was trained to resist the feds before the shooting, part of the group of activists who worked to document and resist the federal immigration crackdown.
The group doing the training should be in prison.
Warrior.
Then.
Do you believe this? She was
ICE
trained
Watch Warrior.
in detail on what ICE can do, what they
What's
can't
that?
do,
ICE
how to
Watch
get in their
Warrior?
face, how to block
They should
them
all be in
off.
prison.
So she's not the poet
This wouldn't
from
have happened.
Colorado who wants to, who's coming off, who wants to raise a 6-year-old child. She's an activist living in Minneapolis who's with an anti-ICE group. That's a little bit different than we've been told.
They say the training is very, very thorough,
Yes.
but this lady ended up dead as a result of resisting.
About her own actions, which the vice president pointed out yesterday.
Vice President Vance, you just suggested that this woman who was killed, Renee Good, is part of a broader left-wing network. Who do you think is behind this broader left-wing network?
Well, it's one of the things we're going to have to figure out, but here's the way that I put it. When somebody throws a brick at an ICE agent, or somebody tries to run over an ICE agent, who paid for the brick? And who told protesters to show up and engage in violent activity against our law enforcement officers? You see, just with this most recent terrible incident in Minneapolis, you see friends of this woman's or other people who are eyewitnesses saying basically that she was there to engage in obstruction of a legitimate law enforcement operation. How did she get there? How did she learn about this? There's an entire network, and frankly, some of the media are participating in it, that is trying to incite violence against our law enforcement officers. It's ridiculous, it's preposterous, and part of our investigatory work is getting to the bottom of it. Who's funding it, who's supporting it, who's cheerleading it, and of course, if there's illegal activity related to that, we're going to get to the bottom of that and prosecute it where we can.
So let's get this straight. You could focus on the car and
Just what he's saying there, by the way, JD Vance, and I have to have a say about that, just because this is more serious than people want to portray in the media when it's this way around. You got CNN, NBC, etc. The way, thank you, Miss Mary says I come here for my news. That's great, I appreciate that, thank you very much. I've lost my chain of thought. The media are saying, are acting like, you know, it's okay to resist law enforcement if it's the type you don't like, if it's the type they don't like. What about when Democrats at some point will get back into power? That's real life. Because US politics swings on a pendulum. I'm just eating some potato chips for an international audience, so don't worry about it, but yeah, I'm having snacks. I'm sorry, but I had to interrupt because of what he was saying there. When the pendulum swings back and it's Democrats that are in power, will they expect everyone to be law-abiding citizens again? Yes. So they can't pick and choose. If you want the law to be enforced, then it has to be enforced. Or you don't have a law, or you don't have a country, and you end up with civil war when you've got civil disobedience to a level where people can just do whatever they like if they don't like a certain law. There's ways to change laws in a democracy. Go do that. We'll hear out the rest of this, and then we'll get back to the actual live protests that are happening, but they're not a big deal, I need to say, and then we'll have a look at Kensington Avenue as we usually do. But let's hear, there's about 2 minutes left of this.
They're going to do an investigation and have at it. But you could also focus on who is inciting this violence since President Trump took over. It is these Democratic mayors, Democratic governors in Chicago, over in Minneapolis, and now over in Portland, Oregon. We see it again today, who are basically asking people to do just this. Get in ICE's way. And what is ICE's mandate? To get illegal immigrant criminals off the streets and illegal immigrants out of the country. That's their goal. So if you can tell me how that is anti-American or why that should be your way of making a living, or how you, as the mother of a 6-year-old, should drop your kid off and then go put your life on the line to get in front of the U.S. federal law enforcement, is beyond me. It's a tragedy that she died, but as J.D. Vance said, it's of her own doing that she put herself in that situation, trained to get in the way of law enforcement. And don't tell me you're pro-law enforcement if you're anti-ICE. You can't do both. You're going to pick sheriffs that you like, state cops that you like. You're going to pick local cops that you like. Oh, I just don't like the FBI, or I just don't like ICE. They're doing their job.
Well, Laura Ingraham last night was in the middle of one of the protests, and the lady admitted this. Laura said, you know, why don't you have a job? She goes, this is my job.
Yeah.
So she is getting paid to be out there. And J.D. Vance is a good point. Who's paying for that brick? Who's paying these individuals?
The same people that are protesting. These are left-wing socialist groups that pick anti-Semitic, pro-Hamas 1 minute, the next minute they're pro-George Floyd. Whatever the issue, anti-American issue is, they pay the activists to disrupt.
It's time to follow the money, as J.D. Vance says, and find out who these groups are. It appears, according to the New York Post, one group, Indivisible Twin Cities, may be behind training some of these protesters and organizing them. So we need to know more about them, who they are, and where their money's coming from.
I would have to agree with that. What I would say is, if you have to pay them to protest, is it really a protest? That's not a protest. Not if you're paying the people to do it. It's just not. So, one more time, right? I will show it one more time. And then maybe again later if the message isn't driven home. The cops in a real sticky position here when this goes down. So let's get this. I'm using new techniques, by the way, that I know it looks a bit fancier than I've done before. But because I wanted to be able to show this in short format the way that it's actually out there, without anything deleted off, credit to CNN, they have made an effort to not bleep out what actually happens. But is that because they want you to hear the ICE agent saying, fucking bitch? He's fully justified when he says fucking bitch. He's just been hit by a car when he says that, and he's on the ground. So, you know, factor that in. But let's see it again, make up your own mind. I'm watching it, and people that want to be politically skewed one way or the other go right ahead. But when I'm watching this, there is only one reality. Check it out for yourself.
We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Whoa!
Fucking bitch.
We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Whoa!
Fucking bitch.
So there you go. Also factor in here that we now know that this couple were both part of a group that pays people to go out and disrupt ICE. Whether they were paid or not, we don't know that. But we know that they were part of that group and had received training from that group on how to resist arrest. That organisation needs investigating to see if are they telling people to ram their car at ICE, because there's been a second incident of that within 2 days, by the way. So that's worth talking about. The follow the money thing is real, has to be done. We got to know who's getting paid and who's paying them to protest or to disrupt or to commit violence against ICE. This isn't having the effect they were hoping it would. Initially it was, but then once people can see the full footage like that, you can see that in a 20-second interaction, when you then throw in the fact that he is hit by the car after they're asked, she doesn't even let her partner back in the car, so it's not a case of she's just trying to drive off, no. She's going to drive off and leave her partner behind. But you hear in that footage him getting hit by the car, and there's other angles from further away where you can see him getting lifted up onto the hood of the car, and that's where his firing position is essentially initially, and then the second shot's sort of from the side. But they're both within a second and a half, the two shots. You've heard them in the video. But he's hit by the car first. It's been used as a deadly weapon against him. He's got every right to defend himself. And there's no justification for what's been done here. So, now you've seen it. Let's go to some live feed for a while and enjoy these scumbags shouting abuse at police officers. And they've got, there's a rainbow flag there. For some reason, if you're gay, you have to be for this stuff. I don't think that's the case. I think there's quite a lot of gay people who wouldn't be for being anti-ICE. But they claim it, and then they claim they'll have the American flag upside down. In Portland last night, when we were streaming, they burnt the American flag on the ground, the protesters. That's how much they love America. my point of view from that is, and they've got Palestine flags and things like that, and Mexican flags. My point of view is, out of the countries named and the organisations named, it is only America that lets you have any opinion you want and protest. So they should all be waving American flags, surely, and be happy and say this is what America's all about. But no, they're acting like they hate America. And this, for example, here is like combat veterans didn't fight for this, etc. Okay. At least she's saying that. Whatever. She's alright to have that opinion. There's one American flag in the background here, but I don't know if it's one of the upside down ones or if it's one of the normal ones. Let's hear what she's ranting about anyway, and I'll shut up for 5 minutes.
Y'all's bonuses have cut the VA. What part of that do you not understand?
Upside down ones or if it...
They have cut our benefits. I lost my doctor. My doctor. I want to know. And you guys don't have me. You're not protecting us anymore. You haven't protected us since you got here. Who are you protecting? Why?
What the hell is I doing?
The money is not worth it, dude. It is not worth it.
Put that shit down and walk out right now. You're a hero.
Exactly.
You go viral. You can make $1 million. You won't even be brave enough to come and brave and do what you
And stand up for what you're supposed to be doing, which is protecting us, not them.
You're not getting any sleep. You're cold. You're tired. You're ready to get out of here. You're nice people. You know that? You're like, why the fuck do I have to be standing here and make myself look like it's all these nice people? Right?
We're not the ones with the guns.
I see you laughing.
We have no weaponry. We're just here to
I'm a
talk to
pretty
you.
cool guy, bro. Look at you.
This shit ain't even that good. I just want to know. Please let me understand. If you can please let me understand, I would really appreciate it. Hey, he looks really angry.
Look at that, my man's got a college essay on his side.
Why are you protecting them and not us? I bet y'all check that worth it. Go check it out.
He picked his next target. There's one of them when there's certain types of balls.
It's not worth it, man. It is not worth it.
You want to be brave, walk out of here.
The best advice you can take all day long. Listen to this man instead of that man.
Oh, that movement back there. We got two people on your shoulder. That move the right one. That's a really. You'll feel better.
Stefano, we'd love to have you.
And you know what?
And we'll embrace you.
There's no way they don't have a conscience. We'll be just fine.
Again, we are keeping an eye on our friends across the other side of the country. Pennsylvania Avenue, Kensington Avenue in Pennsylvania. They can't afford to protest. They've not been hired. Look, you got all the hunchbacks here from the drug abuse. None of them have been hired, sadly, by your anti-ice woke nonsense group. George Soros, go down here and give these people some of your money instead of promoting a load of causes for middle-class housewives to go out and go nuts.
Leave our neighbors alone. Put that in your head tonight. You decide whether you know it's bad when even people like inspiring you do it. There's no shame.
That would be more pride than anything else.
You would walk away and say, I walked away and start a GoFundMe page, you'll be a millionaire.
In a freaking heartbeat.
They're all thinking about it. You know this is wrong. Who am I protecting? Who are you protecting? We don't need it. We're talking about
Everybody needs a laugh and a dime and a bag for everyone in the mall. You probably don't need to how's work? We gotta shoot women now. How's the pay? Well, there's a bonus if you want a man. How's he out? We shoot him in the daylight. And then we steal him away in the dark of the night. Only the best and the brightest, only the finest get to put on the sacred mask. If you've ever been fired, congrats, you're hired for this particular task. Now the circles are wag and drape a man and a flag and say don't trust what your eyes see. They'll say it's her fault instead, but get shot.
By the way, I'm seeing other YouTube channels showing some of the same coverage and saying chaos erupts and things like that. I would never make thumbnails like that. No, it's just the truth of. There's a bit of protest going on out here, but it's chaos hasn't erupted. If chaos erupts, don't worry. I promise you, we will be here for it. I'm checking around in the background to look out for chaos erupting, and it is not erupting at all. So channels that tell you chaos erupting, maybe stop watching them and start watching Backlash.
They're shameless. They don't. Yeah.
There's gotta be something in there.
Fuck you showing your shoulder this morning, Abby, bitch.
Yeah, close your fence.
Yeah, close your fence. Do you feel protected?
Once the cops went back behind the fence, the crowd become more animated and pretend angry. It's hilarious. It's just all performative nonsense. And like we now know, half of them, maybe more, are paid to be there. We know that. It'd be nice to know exactly how many. A couple of them admitted it to the news stations on camera last night.
This is not my real voice, and this is not.
Allow that, I don't know what that was about.
Can we pass the yellow line now since you guys have your fence? Because, yeah, you guys are letting us be up here yesterday.
But again, now we know that these people parking their cars in front of ICE, including that lady who's sadly dead, are paid to be there, are paid to do it. Just the truth. Even if they're not paid to be there, they're trained to do it. Which means they're part of an organisation, which means it's not just regular people protesting. It's pretty far removed from that.
Where's the tequila? What? Hey, yo, I work at a pool, and you're supposed to be somebody's down. Hey, you ready to mix it? Let's move forward. You're all Nazis. 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 I'm moving over. That's just well, I'm autistic, so I have a noise sensitivity.
Officers in uniform, why do you tolerate officers not in uniform?
I can't tell if she's sexually harassing you or not. If you need help, just let me know. That's all I needed. I just had something to go back to the one agent that I've been picking on this whole time. Because I don't think he's pretty, but I think he wants to shoot me. That's fine.
You're right. That's why I took my shirt off. I was like, I want to see these guys shoot me.
Like slightly tan skin, the pretty eyes. Yes, that type of way. He's pretty to look at.
Yeah, I'm not shaking for being cold. I found out earlier I have 2 herniated.
That means that's what's in public.
Will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
They do that chant in Portland as well. The people united will never be defeated. At least make it rhyme. You absolute clowns. Just make it rhyme at least. The people united will never be defeated. I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. Get better chants.
I've been trying to kind of like hustle and all that, but it's so rough out here. You know what I mean?
Luckily, they just. Well, I was like, I worked through the school year. So where's that one? Just a little bit, but just enough to keep me down.
That's nice. I don't know, I'll be back there for the winter. I definitely need a job there.
Yes. I want to get a job on campus, so like 20 hours a week or something. Just like
Get some money. I've been kind of living off of my savings.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like work sometimes, but the Chinese shit is rough. You know what I mean? They're kind of kicking my ass with the Chinese shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I was not ready. I knew engineering school would be hard, but that shit's really hard.
Yeah.
I was not prepared.
No. What are your classes like? What do you do?
It's just general science class right now. So next semester I'm taking Calc 4, Physics 2, and Chemistry 2. Yeah. And then some music classes. But yeah, I don't know, multivariable calculus, dude.
That's fucking
I
rough.
hate that shit.
I gotta get talking to Gerardo. He's also at the U. He's
Oh, yeah?
for physics. I
Oh,
think.
physics?
Yeah.
Sick.
He's a chill ass guy.
Yes, dude. Physics majors, they're chill as fuck.
Chill,
I
dude.
mess with those dudes.
What's for you like? What are you up to?
What am I up to? It's low key. I don't know. I do a lot of a lot of homework.
Yeah.
I thrift a lot.
Yeah.
My friends and I go to bins a lot. So
Nice.
I made this friend who's like really into like vintage designer suiting.
Ooh.
And so like I go to thrift with him, and I don't know. He just kind of collects like cool old shit. So we've been doing that, and
The protest is just pretty boring. As you can see, it is just a protest by, you know, a bunch of just soy drinking woke maniacs. I mean, people that are still wearing COVID masks. You know, it's just whatever. But I'll tell you what, there's been a homicide. I don't know why that Tesla truck's Cybertruck, you know, the Tesla ones, it's got all its doors open. What's happened there? I don't know why he's there with his little trolley. But this is worth a look. There's no audio, by the way, but KTVU Fox 2 San Francisco, a local affiliate of Fox, there's been a homicide in Oakland, just near San Francisco. I lost the feed just as we came into it. I'm sure they'll be back any second. Let's wait it out. But in the background, I was watching this, and there's a white car with lots of, you know, the little yellow tags for pieces of evidence laying around. Jesus, I don't know what was going on there. There's been a shootout in this parking lot. I don't know what that Tesla truck's getting to do with it. It's the first I saw the Tesla truck. But they're calling it, it's live right now. Oakland homicide investigation, police activity near flea market. So the flea market must be somewhere around here, but it was having some problems, so hopefully it's going to zoom back in now. Give us a look. It's focusing on the Cybertruck again. There's a huge area has been cordoned off by the police. You can see the yellow tape. The Cybertruck is part of that area. That guy's just hunkered down to watch the view. I'd do the same, must say. At the very least, I'd start filming it for the channel. But yeah, so that's... Hey, Julian, how you doing? I just noticed, I don't know when you put that, I just noticed. Julian saying, good evening, everyone. Hello, Miss Mary and Backlash. Hope you're both good. Yes, I'm all good, mate. How are you? We were covering the protests and showing that the video that I hope you've seen. If you've not, I will play it again. Don't worry, I'll play it later. Of that lady hitting the ICE officer with her car before she was then shot. And I think he was fully justified. These Cybertrucks are weird, aren't they? I mean, what is this roll? It's like a roller shutter at the back. The car's like a futuristic fever dream. I know a lot of people like them, but I'm not keen. But either way, it looks like it might have been involved in the shooting. Now, hopefully he's going to zoom back in. We were covering the protest, Julian, but it was quite boring in Minnesota. There was nothing doing. And because, as you know, Action News here on Backlash, while we're at live, I will watch around for other things going on. And this was going on. So that'll be the flea market there, I would imagine. Yeah, because the highway's in between, so it's at the flea market. That's got to be the flea market. God only knows what that is. Some sort of Amazon hub or a factory or something, but there's a fleet of vehicles there. It makes me think... I'm giving the guess of Amazon hub. But this car here, hopefully they're going to zoom in it again in a minute. In on it again in a minute. There, you've got the Tesla car here with all the doors open. You've got the white car here, which has been pretty shot up, by the way. And there's been some sort of a shootout. As you can see, I mean, it's hard to... You can't rate the whole of Oakland by this area, but we've seen a lot of film out of Oakland, and it is a bit of a hellhole. And this part doesn't look much better. You can't even go to a flea market without a shootout, so here we go. I will do, if I can find any updates on the one out of Utah the other night that we covered during the night for your time, Julian, it would have been. But in Utah, there was a shootout in the parking lot of a Mormon church. No Mormons involved, but it was in their parking lot. If I can get any updates on that, if the fugitives who done it are still at large or if they've been caught, I will check it out. But this sort of overtook the news, the thing about the lady being shot by ICE, and I believe ICE were justified. So I agree with the poll. Poll so far, we've got 75% saying yes, the ICE officer was justified, 25% saying don't know, which is very different from the first day when it happened 3 days ago. We did a poll then, and the poll was 100% no, he was not justified. Now people are in command of now people have access to the whole facts. That's changed. Now a vast majority think yes, he was justified. There's no audio with us, but it's interesting to have a look at, and it is live right now. The Fox 2 chopper is out there, but we don't have any information on it yet. But that looks like, what is that, a Lexus? Is that a Jaguar or a Lexus? These are high-end cars. I mean, like this car and the Cybertruck, these are really expensive cars that are involved in this shootout. Not what you expect, but there you go. Maybe Oakland drug dealers are cutting about in Cybertrucks now. I don't know. I'm sure Elon will be thrilled by that. This could be anything, by the way. It was just when I was looking around the feeds, it was there, so I decided to jump in and have a wee look. So we might ditch it, but for now it's worth a look. I'm just checking out if any of the other affiliates have picked up this story and have maybe got some details for us. That is a Lexus, isn't it? Looks like a Lexus. Maybe not. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, that's a Lexus. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I think Julian said, I wonder what's going on with all the trucks. I think there's some sort of yard nearby for trucks. But do you mean the Cybertruck and the... Well, wait a minute. Wait. Was this car... What happened here? Was the car already wedged up, or did they wedge it up? So it wedged up and then this happened, or... Because they've got the jack under it here. You've got all of the crime scene stuff. So maybe the jack was already under it. But look, they've got this area taped off and then the larger area taped off. Like it's two crime scenes, so this might be the more important one in a way. Man, I wish we had some info. I'm trying to read for some, but there's nothing doing. Okay, I'm looking up just now, and it's one person shot. person died Friday after being shot near the Oakland flea market, according to police. Officers responded just before noon to the 5400 block of Coliseum Way and found the victim suffering from at least one apparent gunshot wound. The victim was taken to a local hospital but did not survive. So that's what we know, and it's it looks for now like it's a run-of-the-mill homicide, so we're going to leave that there. It's tragic, it's horrible, but without any other information to bring. It has only recently happened and we don't have any sound. But if you ask me, it looks like they were fixing their car when it happened. You got the Crown Vics out here. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Protests still happily going on. Cops have all got pepper ball guns in case these Nancy boys get out of hand. But the mean streets of Kensington, where people are made a bit tougher than that, they're suffering through winter down here. But saying that, this is a different kind of winter. This is winter in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's woo! If you've ever seen the movie Fargo, then you know you've got an idea of what winter's like up there. It is tough times, but they're all safe and warm. Look at them and shouting Nazis at the cops and that. Let's get a flavour. I'm sure they're shouting Nazis. They usually are. All ice will melt in hell. That's quality. Some quality stuff there. What else we got? They're all a bit muted, to be honest. They're not. I mean, I've got the volume cranked up, just so you know. This is not. How does your mom feel about this? Oh, shut up. Honestly, you're so pathetic. Yeah, Julian's chiming in on the Oakland thing. Yeah, Jesus, they're over there. You got TJ Maxx over there. That horn beeping is here somewhere. But yeah, they've got I thought Julian said it looks like the windows were smashed in. It did a bit, yeah, and he agrees it's a Lexus. Yeah, I think the side one or something, I don't know. And then Julian's talking about the survivors, and by survivors he means our heroes. The people of Kensington. The Kensington Avenue Massive down in Philly. Pennsylvania's own. Are they cheering for Pennsylvania's own? No, they're shouting at cars with ICE employees in them and ringing bells. Look at this. Don't touch the car though, don't touch people's personal property. That's not on. That's not okay.
Bye, Nazis!
Well, listen to that princess on the bullhorn. Bye, Nazis! Absolute, just absolute. In any couple, he's the wife, and you know that. And I don't discriminate, that is well known. But, man, just what you're doing with your life. But we know what they're doing. We know that lots of them are paid to be here now. We know, and paid to call people Nazis. If they were Nazis, you'd all be dead. I'm sick of having to say that, and so is everyone.
As soon as I turn around after, trying to like calm people down, pouring water all over the fucking ICE agent's window in the car. Those fuckers come out. I'm really just like, come on, just get back, just go, stop. And then it's just, I'm running towards her, I'm just like, I'm just pissed at both of them. Come and turn her, not to do that shit, and she did that shit. Take her home. USA, stand with us. Fuck you, bitch. Come back. Get the fuck back here, bitch. Come back. I don't think abolishing ICE for the police is bad. Every single society has
Julian's saying, look at this, leave the car alone. Yeah, I totally agree with you. The problem with these people is they'll shout things like that guy just did there. Get the fuck back here, bitch, and all that. Because they're enjoying, even though they call their own government Nazis, they're enjoying the rights that the United States allow them, and they're being wrapped in that, and they're protected even from these officers reacting by those rights and by those laws, and they know they're protected and safe from it, so they're acting tough when they're not, and they wouldn't actually go and enforce these laws themselves or fight for their country to protect them, but they want to have those protections, and that's fine. But what it should mean is you don't have the indecency to be on the street calling your own law enforcement officers Nazis when you know it's not even true. It's just not a reality. It's pretty disgusting, and they're paid to do it, and the whole pro-Palestine crap with all of this nonsense as well. Why is it wrapped up in this? Because they're all paid to protest for whatever cause comes up at the time. Simple as that. And look what they're cheering for. Do you know what they're cheering for? That bus of people there that are being deported. And the people on that bus are cheering for, the people that ICE are locking up are the ones that are easy to find. People with criminal records that have already had notice to leave the country and have refused, and they're being locked up. But they're cheering that bus full of people, and some of those people on that bus have got criminal records for murder and rape and doing stuff to kids and drug dealing and human trafficking, and you're cheering for them because of an ideal that's ill-defined that you have of we're the goodies, you're the baddies, and it is absolute crap. It's complete and utter crap. And it's all built on the whole thing that we've had to live with for so long, of that combination of, it started with, I should say, you can't say that. As soon as you had that there was a list of things that you couldn't say because specifically that you couldn't say because it will offend one person or another, you had the beginnings of this, where they can say and call you anything they want while they waddle along with a flag that says F Trump, etc. And they can call you anything, but there's a whole list of things you're not allowed to say, or they will be offended, and if they're offended, that's the worst thing that could ever happen. That's how they view the world. It is so pathetic. Look at her. That's other human beings she's doing that to. Now, I'll openly encourage this. Anyone in the Minneapolis area, go to her workplace and call her names while she's trying to do her job. How would she like that? She wouldn't like it. So, you know, and you wonder what their jobs are. If their job is just protesting, then that means other people should go down there and protest them. And no one's being paid to go down in Portland at the ICE facility and be pro-Trump, pro administration and pro-ICE, but they do. And no one pays them to be there. This crowd get paid, and you can see this. There's always sodas and bottles of water and food provided for them, like this. Always. Every single one. Look out for it. Every protest you watch from this group, whether it's pro-Palestine, whether it's anti-ICE or anti-Trump or any other type, you watch, there is trays of food laid on, there is signs pre-made laid on, there's even those pink and grey gas masks laid on against the pepper spray, and there's cokes and water laid on all the time.
What's the bounty for a mother? Not attack the vehicle. I know, but if we escalate, they'll convince the locals to come down on us. Then it'll be us against the Minneapolis police. Well, they're not going to decide to back us up. Play out in too many cities. We either keep our discipline or we'll lose the right to stand here.
By the way, another thing to note here is that there's almost as many media, if you like, and social media down here as there is actual protesters. And that shows you they're the paid ones to be there, you know. There isn't a grassroots uprising or anything like that. And I'm being part of it by broadcasting it, but at least I'm pointing out the fact it's not that many people. They're paid to be there. It's the dead of winter. See, if it was summer, they'd be able to get more people out here. But that's how much people care about this. They don't. You can get a better look there. Someone deciding to shake that fence a wee bit here. So the cops are backing up for a minute. Do you know why the cops are backing up? They're going to shoot pepper spray at them in a second. Because they've rattled the fence. But they want it shot at them. You'll notice before the fence was there, they were all at the other side of the road. But now the fence is there. Oh, let's give the fence a little rattle. It's performative garbage. This guy here, with the press in the back of his head, he's his name's Cam Higby. He's really good. He goes to all these places, but they've got to know that they all learn basically from his channel and things that he's he sees himself as a centrist, but you know, he would be on the right of things, not the left. And but he goes out and films him. He does quite a good job, but sometimes they pepper spray him. Sometimes they steal his phones and cameras off him, push him around. No one ever gets charged for it, by the way.
Clear the lane. Come on through.
No one gets charged for it, but it's happened to him various times. There he is again from that angle. It's happened to him a lot. Reuters and the Sun are using the same feed. But there's nothing doing there. I'm going to bin it off. The Minnesota protests, you can't even call it that. Honestly, it's just garbage. But here we go with the... they're still hovering over the flea market here. With the... wait, is that the flea market? Maybe that's the flea market. It's hard to say. I think the big one's the flea market, the big building. But they're hovering around this still, but nothing new to learn there. So we'll go to... I wish these people that pay for the protesters, like George Soros and all that, would go down and pay these people to be protesters. Maybe then they could get a warm place to sleep at night once they buy their drugs. Do you know what I mean? Because they're still going to buy their drugs. Let's not pretend that this is a Christmas carol here. They are surviving out there, but they're still gonna buy the drugs. Oh, wait a minute. He is selling drugs to him, and he just did it, I believe, right on camera. You son of a gun. I don't even have the other cameras lined up yet. Hang on. He literally just did it. Big white fella just sold drugs to that guy. Oh, there's something we really do need to... Oh, but the cops have showed up like a minute too late, deliberately. There's something I want to catch up on. Hopefully we've not missed it. Is the press conference from... The two people shot by ICE in Portland, who both survived.
Are still hospitalized. They are in custody of the federal law enforcement, but grateful that they are appear to be on the road to recovery, and I'm grateful for that. They do have some nexus to involvement with TDA. We can confirm that. We know that...
That's Tren de Aragua. So they were gang members, so that's why the media have stopped, the mainstream media have stopped talking about that. It was the day after the lady in Minnesota, who we now know is part of an agitator group who was deliberately intending on being there. She wasn't from the neighbourhood or anything. With these apps that track and dox ICE agents. But these two, quite quickly, the federal government told us, now they're man and wife, but they're part of a gang that controls a prostitution ring. So the media stopped defending the couple quite quickly.
We had a shooting in northeast Portland in July of this year, and the victim in that shooting was self-identified as a Venezuelan immigrant who informed us that the suspects in that shooting were associated with TDA. Based upon that, we've been working that case. It's an ongoing investigation, but we have been working that case, and there's also been involvement with the two people who were shot yesterday by the federal officers through some criminal cases out in Washington County. So this is a regional effort as we look at this group affiliation and the potential for violence that has occurred, and it's still ongoing, so I don't have details. And what I can say is there is an association with the two folks yesterday and TDA. I hesitated to even share this information initially because I'm very aware of the historic injustice of victim blaming, oftentimes portrayed by law enforcement, including this very agency that I've represented.
Oh my goodness. So what he's saying is they've left it to the last minute, last possible opportunity to have to put out the truth because of victim blaming. These were two gang members that tried to make their escape successfully made their escape, but they were caught later on by local PD and given medical assistance nearby because they crashed their car because they had both received gunshot wounds. And he's saying it'd be victim blaming. These were gang members. What the husband of the couple wanted for murder, not murder, sorry, a shooting and attempted murder. And he's saying, oh, we didn't want to get into victim blaming because ICE want them. That's the insanity of Ginger here.
And so proudly for so many years. And historically, we have not been quick to disclose the potential criminal history of others. But I felt it was imperative because I was asked yesterday in the news conference what information
Yeah,
we
you
have.
were. I
This
was
is
there.
the information we have. This in no way
You said you
draws a
didn't have
through
any.
line to the actions or the behaviors that occurred yesterday. I want to speak for just a moment specifically to my Latino community. It's sad.
He's going to cry.
That we even have to qualify these remarks, because I understand, or at least.
Here's the thing about what he's going to say. What do you mean you have to qualify them? You don't have to say them at all. You don't have to say it's not all Latinos or whatever. It's not. It's the ones that are there illegally, and it's the ones that are in really horrific gangs that traffic in young women and prostitution rings and drug dealing and murder, like Tren de Aragua, which this guy was a part of. How many people do you think he's actually killed that we don't know about when he's shot this other guy that managed to live? And he's tearing up here. Do you know what it reminds me of? The Ginger one out of Happy Days. Anyway, let's hear him out.
Have attempted to understand through your voices your concern, your fear, your anger. This information in no way is meant to disparage or to condone or support or agree with any of the actions that occurred yesterday. But it is important that we stay committed to the rule of law, that we stay committed to the facts, that we stay a trustworthy and legitimate police department for all of Portlanders. We are currently involved in this investigation with our federal partners, of which I'm very grateful for. And we have been able to assist and provide perspective and have a small area of participation as this investigation continues. I am proud of the relationships we have with our federal partners. We have relied upon them in many ways through the
So watching people's real lives is much more interesting than watching, let's face it, about 3 dozen idiots being paid to protest against ICE in Minnesota. Honestly, if that's the only kind of crowd they can get going after that happening 3 days ago, then there you have it. He's going to go back up and have a go with the cops again. I think he's going to be third time lucky here. We'll get a close shot once he's near. Should be just coming up on us any time now. Oh. Who's this? That's not him. Okay, he's still crying. Wait, why is that shot off a time? Let's see. What the hell's happened here? Where did he go? Because now they're heading back down. That's them heading back down. Is that him leaning there? It is, isn't it? He just caught me out because he went behind the lamppost. Look at this one. This is a human tragedy here. The wind blowing, etc. That's on their end. This, frankly, is more interesting than, like I say, about 3 dozen protesters, paid protesters outside an ICE facility. So we'll hang in with us a wee while. Let me change the title. Whoa, those two bashed into each other because they've not got a clue what's going on. He's the sort of... He's the big boss down here tonight, isn't he? Look, hands on the hips and all that. He's not taking any shit. Junkie. Some poor guy just waiting on a bus. Because it's a bus stop. He's waiting on the bus as well, but he's a drug addict. He... Look at this guy. He's like, he should get employed as one of them statues, at least, if he's just gonna stand there like that. That is awesome. So that's a bus stop. They're just waiting the bus. Well, here comes the guy that Julian, friend of the channel, always thinks is a runner for the drug bosses down here. Look at all the hunchbacks. There's loads of them tonight. Man, it's a busy old night down Kensington Avenue, innit? Round here as well, you've got the Hobo Wagon Trail. I don't know what that is. It looks like a wagon, everything attached to it. All the supplies. He's on the stairs now. Need to keep an eye on this fella. I wonder if he's just out of prison or something. Because he's all over it. You know, he's like, I'm the daddy around here and all that. He's just waiting to get clubbed by somebody that's had enough. I swear to God. Well, we're on Big Daddy Fatty, Biggie Smalls. If he looks to me like Shug's Knight, to be honest. If he comes back out, oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. There he's back. So he went in there. He's came out the other side, and he is. It's quite the menacing presence. The way everybody seems a bit frosty around him as well. That poor guy's bus is here at least. Normal people having to pay their taxes so that Fatty can go around robbing the homeless. Look at this one. What are they gonna do? What? Peel can't get in the station now. Oh, awesome. She's having to go round to the other entrance rather than have to touch him or ask him to move. He's choosing that's where he's gonna sit. Some guy with his kid having to go around because he's gonna sit there. Luckily, here comes a cop to move him. Oh, don't just push him down the stairs though, you madman. Come on. Get him up, but you know, come on. Right, don't push down the stairs. Jesus. Hey. Oh, that was a bit much, wasn't it? Yet that won't be on CNN, will it? No chance. I mean, he's a scumbag. He shouldn't have been laying down right there. He is a scumbag, but he's a human being. There's no need for the way that was done. That's not going to stop him going back. And there's one of his compatriots, another junkie, heading up to the same spot. He's just around there. The cops get back in their car, sitting watching everything. And if that happens again, he's up there shouting the odds. Let's see if we get the close up. No, he can't because of the bus. Let's just check on them. Keeping an eye on these down here. There's another one hunched over. It's not freezing yet. It's like 13 degrees, man. It's no wonder it's so busy out here. It's 13 degrees, man. It's t-shirt weather where I grew up. Oh, there he is. He's back. He's back again, man. He is. I tell you what, though, he's. I don't know. There's just something menacing about him. The way the cops had to push him off that woman doesn't. Look at this guy. Jesus, they're so hilarious. Some of them. Hurry up with the bus. Oh wait, that might be behind. God damn it! It was. It was behind. Because we were behind, I've lost track of Fatty. Shug's Knight. Shug's Knight. So that's the guy that get pushed down the stairs there, isn't it? Yeah. Yellow hoodie guy here. You see quite a few of these electric scooters around. And everybody's out tonight, innit? It's like payday or something. Watching the other night and there was about a dozen people total, but there's like place is mobbed tonight. Like the guy in the blue jacket, he was leaning over there, crouching, but now he's like he's a full crouch. He's a full crouch. Don't know who's doing the shouting right now. Someone. Don't try and drive that over this. Take off that front spoiler. It's all action tonight down here. walking the streets of Philadelphia. Remember that Bruce Springsteen song? I don't know what all these noises are, but that's street life. It's the only life I know. That's the reality out here, man. It's like a lot going on, sirens and shouting and groaning and grunting. Julian is asking where Baggy Trousers is. I have to tell you, mate, I've been looking the last few days. I've not seen much sign of Baggy Trousers at all for about 3 days. Starting to worry about him. That he is MIA. You're right about that. I don't know where the man is. We've lost track of Shug's Knight, by the way, as well. I don't know where he is tonight. He's the new star of tonight. In fairness, though, I would say if Baggy Trousers changed his, well, the temperature is dropping. It's down by nearly a degree since we looked at this camera last. If Baggy Trousers changed his outfit, I know that's not common among the homeless or whatever, but would we still recognise him? He did have that big bushy beard with some white parts near the middle in it. I kind of think we would recognise him. Especially that way he leans his face at everyone. We'd recognise his mannerisms for sure. But I've not seen any sign of him. Starting to worry about the fella. I don't know what the story with this guy in the blue jacket is. He's wandered from about here down all the way to about here in this sort of jittery half dancing motion. I don't know what his deal is though. What's happening with him? Oh, they might collide here if they don't see each other. Oh, it's a slow motion collision coming up. Potentially. See if we can get a close up of that. No, we can't. Hang on. That one keeps falling off. There they are there. This one keeps lagging out if you're not on it. Every time you want to watch a close-up is a bus. Well, what's going on with these two here? So he's managed to get his act together and get up into the train station. I wonder if Julian is right, if they are involved in, like, maybe holding on, like doing a bit of holding for your drug dealers and whatnot. Because they're always about there, this person, always, sometimes sitting in it, sometimes dragging themselves along like that. But they're always around the key area here for the comings and goings. You need to keep an eye on who goes up and interacts with them. Might crack the case here. He is having a good shout at the cops here. I think maybe the reason we haven't seen him before is because he's been arrested before doing that. Is he going to attempt the stairs? Yeah, he is, man. He's doing it. Go on, big man. You can do it. Come on. There you go. Jesus. Last thing he needs is another milkshake, I tell you that. Yeah, Julian, the electric scooters thing. The electric scooters aren't cheap. I know you're saying about that guy's chair, but that's definitely not an electric wheelchair. That's just a regular wheelchair that he pushes around himself, or sometimes sits in and pushes it around with his foot. His one good foot. This guy, but he's always around there. It'd be worth watching anybody coming and going from him. But it's all activity tonight, like just a big open air drug market as it is. Well, they've got all their stuff back on their trolley and they're on the move. That's a lot of stuff on there, man. Maybe just get rid of some of that stuff. You could be on an episode of Hoarders, except he's no house. But what are you doing with all of this crap? You can't need all of this. Fair play to him, he's living the dream, he's doing his thing, and he's, you know. That's what it is. Oh. That's on me, sorry. It's on accident. Look at her now. Now, I thought she was waiting for a bus when she was standing up straight from the back. I thought she was a normal person. But we now know she's not. She's tranked out on that. Fentanyl or trank, boom. Just being like that, like it's a normal thing to be. Just there like that. Hair brushing off the ground. She's impressively agile, considering, but you know, give her a year and she'll be just like the other hunchbacks out here. Whoa, there's an athletic. He runs with the gait of a drug addict. Whoa, here's another wheelchair to add to Julian's conspiracy. Hang on a minute. You know, like, they don't seem like they need a wheelchair the way they're pushing that along really fast. Maybe it's just for some sort of benefits claim they've got a wheelchair. Again, the temperature went down about half a degree this time. It's going down. It's 1.5 degrees by the time since we started watching. The state of this. She's just still like that. That's that wheelchair there, he's just leaning over it. But what happened to that other wheelchair? Did they show up, or they were just out of shot? Hang on. They must be just standing over a bit. Ah, they passed while we were refreshing. So they're away past. Now, they were both walking fine, as you saw, quite quickly in fact. But now one of them's got in the wheelchair and the other one's pushing it. The one that was already pushing the wheelchair The person with them was walking along even quicker than they were, and now they're in the wheelchair, being pushed. Now there's something to that. What's going on there? There's something doing with that. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not, you know, that's not kosher. This guy, he can't walk without that chair. He's either leaning on it or sitting it, and he's got one good leg he pushes himself along with. He needs a wheelchair. But those other two, there's something dodgy going on there, that's for sure. Allow that, I was just checking out in case there was something we were missing. Now look, she's acting all normal again now, after being crouched over that for so long, but because it's fuzzy and far away, you can't tell that she's not a normal person. She is a complete tranked out or nut, opioid addict. Now, I thought he was moving on, but now he's still going. You can see all the drug debris lying about there. Busy all night. You can tell the ones that are normal. This guy's normal. He's waiting on a bus, right? And he's wandering about, or he seems to be normal, but I don't know. Actually, I might retract that, because he was hanging about over there. Oh, excuse me. Did you see the guy there, the yarmulke on, with the little Jewish hat on? I don't know what that was about. But yeah, she's one of this crowd. She's just not got a hunchback yet, but you see her walking, she walks like a drug addict. Yeah, total riot. There she goes, making an attempt to go up to get the train.
Dog shit!
Oh.
Biggest dog shit in the city.
It's a guy just shouting about dog shit. I feel like did he shout cinnamon dog shit? Maybe he smelled it and it smelled of cinnamon. Julian said, yeah, definitely something going on with the wheelchairs. Yeah, that was dodgy, wasn't it? The two of them are walking along really quickly with the chair, and then one of them gets in it and starts pushing it. Maybe they just stole it or something, I don't know. But there's something dodgy going on with that wheelchair. For absolute certain. Look, that's just a normal old man. Looking around going, oh God, I've lived here for 60 years and man, it used to be a different place. You know, type vibes. That's the kind of vibes he was giving me there. That's for sure. Felt sorry for him. Oh, there's plenty going on down the alley here. Just people walking along for now, but as you know, that is Overdose Alley. That is just a horrific part of the world where bad things happen. The well-lit alley, less bad things happen here, but sometimes interesting stuff. I mean, take their drugs here and things like that and like, hang about once that business is closed, and it's closed now. Earlier in the day when it's open, they'll get moved on and things like that. We've seen that, but he's got a chair and everything in amongst all his collection here. It is so weird seeing the the drastic contrast between, like that lady there, and you just see normal people walking past trying to go about their life, like this guy here, or this couple here, and then all the junkies. It's weird, because it's to such an extent. I grew up in the city, I know that you get that culture clash. There's that same old guy again. He's had to wander all the way around. Just a regular old man. I don't know if he's lost or something. He keeps wandering around. I hope he's okay. Hang on, is that one behind? One of them's behind because we lost him there. One of these two's behind. Probably this one. This one always ends up behind. But maybe he wasn't wandering around. Maybe that was still the first time actually. And we were just getting them first time round. Again, from the other point of view. It's the busiest I've seen it down here in a long time. Oh, who's shouting that? Not my face, she said. Where is that? You can't get to see who's doing the shouting. It's this camera that's got the volume, the others don't have volume. But this is zoomed way in. So the actual people shouting are probably more over at those dingy bars you see sometimes. Like along that way. It's this camera that sometimes, I don't know what the thumbnail's about on that. It's this camera that sometimes faces the other way, and we can see that prime time spot, for example, where people sit. And we sometimes see those dingy bars and things like that. But people, some of the phrases we've caught is someone complaining about there being dog shit in the street, and some others were just like that lady just shouted, not my face, and other random noises and shoutings, etc. But they're keeping that this way just now, but I wish they'd turn it around the other way because we've got that well covered. Do you know what I mean? We already have this one. So if the camera controllers could turn that one, that would be ideal. Julian says, I like dog shit, Cinnamon Man. Yeah, man. He's a good guy. At least we could hear what he was saying. You know what I mean? At least whatever he was going on about was, you know, it's real. The rest are just mumbling. Junkie couple of the year here. The way they all dress and things like that, and with blankets over them and all that, they look like a bunch of refugees from the Civil War, like fleeing the conflict. Do you know what I mean? Like it just, like it was Victorian times or something, the way they're cutting about it here in Kensington, it's always the same. Excuse me. I thought the other guy that was down here was with him, with this trolley of stuff, but he's on his own with it, and like, that's a long road to hoe. That is a long road to hoe to be cutting about with that level of just baggage. He needs a wagon or something. He's sort of stuck being attached to that. He's wandering off right enough. Woof. I might be leaving that there. Some of these others, Shugs Knight might come over and take some of that stuff. But look at this guy, man. He's about as wide as that bus. Size him. The behemoth. This one again running behind. Let's catch up. There he is. And he should be in the wrestling. He's a normal fella though, look. It's just a normal, heading about his business. Where are you off to, fella? Yeah, he's just trying to get home by any means possible. That's fascinating. Do you know what? That guy there though. Wait, nah, I'll just wait for the next fat person. I'll crack some jokes, right? But let's wait for the next one. I'm sure there'll be another. Tell you what though, see your trank and your fentanyl addicts. You don't get any fat ones of them. They end up pretty slim pretty quick. And check these two skeletons out. That thing's got wheels, fella. You can put it down and push it, just so you know. Did you know? What are they doing? Honest to God. Where are you going? Oh, the cops have had enough. They're like, we're away, man. This is it. Let's go. Oh, they're going their separate ways, those two. Oh, the cops might be going to this down Overdose Alley here. There's another cop car already there, so that one's probably going to go and offer some assistance. Let's see if they do, or they might just be going the other way. There's plenty of cops around. Yeah, it looks like they went the other way. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they're away that way. Julian's saying the fence and tranks forget to eat. I think they probably do, Julian, and like, and most of their money has to go in the fent or the trank, doesn't it? So it's like, there's another cop car right away anyway, as soon as that one disappeared. Excuse me. It's fascinating down here tonight. So much going on. Quite like to get control of this camera so we can zoom down in there. But the these fentanyl addicts, the amounts of money that they come up with, same with these trank addicts. You watch these documentaries about them, if you've ever heard of heroin addicts and all these sorts of things, the amounts of money that they come up with a day to get the fix or whatever you want to call it is astounding. That they're able to put that money together every day without jobs, by the way, just pure hustling and stealing, but they're on the hustle 100% of the time to get more. One's too many, 1,000's not enough. Heard that once and it stuck with me. It's so true about any form of addiction. I used to smoke cigarettes and it was the same. I know it's different in a lot of ways, but it's still an addiction, smoking cigarettes. And I did, and I tell you, I was addicted whether I like it or not, and I've not smoked for a long time now. A couple of months short of 2 years. It's going to be unbelievably, actually. Hard to believe because I was, I smoked. I was a dedicated cigarette smoker and always sort of wanted to quit. I thought I was baggy trousers for a minute, had me going, but it's not. But it's an addiction. So you can have, if you've ever had any kind of addiction, and the only addiction I've ever had has been cigarettes, but I'll tell you right now, just from that alone, you know that it's difficult. One is never enough, thousand's never enough, sorry, and one's too many, and that was the case for cigarettes with me, so I can only imagine what it's like for some of these people. Well, he was coming fast considering pure hand powered there. He's going to have to back up on there. Just not even get any reverse lights on him, nothing. Get a grip, guy, come on. He's made it. He's made it over. Oh, this guy's making a beeline back for his... oh no, it's not the trolley guy. What's happened to the trolley guy? Is this wheelchair guy going to steal stuff out of the trolley guy's trolley? Let's find out. A lot of cop cars around. There's two just in frame there. Normal women, and he's offering her something. Scumbag. Nah, he's not stealing stuff, he's just doing his own thing, isn't he? Maybe not, he's dropping stuff all over the place, just throwing it away. Nah, yes, he's backing right up. He came over here in a hurry, and he's gonna steal stuff from trolley guy's trolley. Oh my god. Is he? Or does he just want past it? And I'm sorry folks, he just wants past the trolley. He's not stealing anything from the trolley guy. But you'll see that he's had some clothes there that he's chose to just abandon, throw away, because they get donations of clothes and things, so just throw them away in the street. Don't give a fuck. Well, this camera will pan back down there, and then we'll see if the cops are still down Overdose Alley. You see a few of the hunchbacks are crouched over the bin here. Riveting. What could be so interesting inside a bin that you're there, that you're there, just like crouching over it, and that is their normal stand position. And again, there's wheelchair guy that never really leaves this area. He does leave this area, but you know what I mean. When he's here at key times, he just sort of hangs around there. So I think he might be like the guy that you can go to and get your bits and bobs, and the drug dealers drop it with him. So he may well be involved in the dealing. Julian's saying addiction is tragic. You're right, mate, and I agree with you. I feel sorry for the people stuck in that life. It's horrible for them. Like I say, I only have the experience of cigarettes, but just from that, and obviously withdrawal from cigarettes, you don't have the physical aspects that people addicted to drugs do, and like I can only imagine that it's pretty horrific. I've seen people in my own life that have, when I was much younger, I saw people struggle with addictions, and I feel very lucky it never gripped me, I really do. But they're still human beings. They're funny to laugh at, but they're human beings. So, the police car that was down there's gone. Here's some more hunchbacks. But I tell you what, you want to save these people's lives? Send down 1,000 police officers to Kensington area. Swamp the place so that it's impossible to deal any drugs. Against their will, do what Abraham Lincoln did, suspend habeas corpus temporarily, so that you can just pick up everyone that's addicted to fentanyl or trank down there, put them into a rehab facility for 6 months, and you'll save all of their lives. Just do it. Take away their rights and save their lives. Just go for it. Why not? What's stopping you? Excuse me, I'm a bit sniffly. I've got a bit of a cold, but it's that time of year, and it's came from me. There's them bendy buses again, because they're dead set against double-deckers in the US. I'm kind of on board with it, actually. But I was joking a few nights ago that it's because these fatties can't get up the stair. But it's not that, it's just low bridges and all that. It's just, it's more convenient for them. And they've got the roads wide enough to have a wider bus, etc., compared to countries that have double-deckers. Which aren't many. Most go for the bendy bus style. Look at these here. Do you think they're up to good stuff? They're not. They're up to bad things. Oh man, we missed it. At some point, trolley guys came and moved his wagon full of goods here that he had. It was a car alarm going off. It's calmed down quite a bit now, but it was so busy. It's still busy, but it's calmed down quite a bit. There he is. There he is. He's there a lot. He's got an orange right now. Let's see if this guy goes up to him or anything like that. There's that other wheelchair guy pulling his cell around by his foot. Just looking at him like, the fuck is this? You the competition for top wheelchair guy? Come on dudes, fight it out for our entertainment. Duke it out. But yeah, this one may well be... I might be mixing these two up though. It might be him that's always around, because he's pulling himself along with one leg and keeping the one leg up. I don't know. Nah, I don't. I think it's two different ones, which are both here all the time, but in different ways. Is that an orange? What is he eating there? This big long... I don't know, dread to think. Right, let's see here what happens. Nah, she just spoke to him for a minute. I don't think he is selling drugs, I think. Nah, he's just living his life. A pretty grim life, but he's living it. And fair play to him, he's surviving. These two heroes here. It's crouched over. There's where trolley guys ended up, by the way. There's trolley full of stuff that's right up there. Was here. But we missed the epic journey of getting it across the road, which must have been harrowing to say the least. quite rainy. Look, you can see in the gutter there the amount of rain. It's a very rainy night here. It's not ideal at all. You see that a lot of them just sleep in the open in the street out here. Can't really do that in the rain. Like, the more well-to-do out here have tents, but quite a lot of them just hunker down at the side of buildings and things with a blanket, and they're not going to be able to do that in this rain. This one's annoying, just lags. State of this guy. Oh. Is he gonna go? Nah, he won't actually fall. He'll look like he's gonna, but he won't actually. Do you know, Julian, I don't know what he's going to trolley. That's him, by the way. That's trolley guy. Right there. He's picked up a bag of something. But that trolley sitting up there is his. And he must be, like, well quoted round here, if you like. Because he's got the balls to leave that trolley just sitting there. There it is up there in that shot. And you can see it just there in this shot. And there he is. Now, he's been dragging that about and he's just left it there. And, you know, he's got the stones to just do that. Whoa. Did you see that level of rain there? But it's his big trolley full of just wonderful things. Look at this guy. He's heading back to his big trolley now, so let's see where he takes it this time. What a grim situation in the rain though. Oh, it's just having a look that way. Maybe he is abandoning it, but I'm telling you that was him. Now, either way, he's leaving it there for now. He's pulled it out onto the road a little here, or it rolled. Better do something with it, fella. You know, that is wondering how it rolled. Again, excuse me, I'm a bit bunged up today, but get it off the road, man. There's another wheelchair crew coming. He's getting what he needs from it. But he's leaving it there. It was up here. It's rolled onto the road and he's not doing anything about it. Just doesn't give a fuck. You can see the rain from that shot. But it's very rainy. That shop there is called Hardware Junction. Cool name. What is he doing with his trolley though? With his wagon? He's a couple of horses, needs a team of horses for that wagon. Look at these. And then look, back to almost normal and walking. Same with him, look. He's doing whatever with his leg there, now he's back to, I don't know, doing whatever he's doing. That guy might have been actually normal doing something in his bag there. Nah, he's not. He's not normal at all. Some of them fool you. Wheelchair central round this bit, innit? Here she comes and all with a leg going. Okay, now they're all fucked up bad. The trolley's still there. Quite a mild night, 12.5 degrees Celsius, not bad at all. But it's raining pretty heavy. At some point a bus or something's going to want to turn that corner. Oh, here come the cops. I don't think it's about the trolley though. Is it still on the road? We need this one to bounce back down that way. Looks like it's still, it's rolled onto the road and he's just let it sit there. And he's wandering around. He came and got a drink out of it. And he's just letting it sit there. Where did Shug's Knight go? That big fat guy disappeared again. Quality stuff. Anyway, the point of watching is, again, it's interesting. It's human life unfiltered. Pretty grim human life, you know, the bottom rung of society for absolute certain. But the thing is, these people out protesting about ICE, etc., and caring more about people that shouldn't be in your country than at all caring about the people who have every right to be there. No one's down here protesting for these people. Their attitude is always, they bring it on themselves or whatever. If the attitude is they bring it on themselves, look how heavy the rain is. It's really heavy tonight. These people are all out in it, they've nowhere to go. If the attitude because they're drug addicts is that they brought it on themselves, then surely your attitude towards people who have come to your country illegally being apprehended should be the same. Should be, well, they bring it on themselves, they didn't have to come here illegally. If your attitude towards these people is, well, they're drug addicts, they're bringing it on themselves. Do you know what I mean? If that's your attitude towards one thing, it should be towards the other as well. But it's just selective sympathy. Simple as that. The level of sympathy is selective depending on who the group is. That need your sympathy. And they don't think they owe any to... There he is again. He's put his jacket on now, but he's still left his trolley up here. I think he's just abandoned the trolley at this point because he's away this way now. There he is. But he's the one that's abandoned this trolley. You get my point though, they, like, having no sympathy towards these people but having it towards illegal immigrants is pretty grim. It's pretty, if you ask me, it's hypocritical. She's still hobbling along old peg leg here. You can make it, girl. Keep going. This one's behind. Is it up? There we go. What a mess to end up stuck in. We need to get this stuff several times a day, every day. And then after you get it, you end up like this, hunched over in a mess. And then on top of that, you've got to find somewhere to stay for the night, etc. And all of these people are going to be staying on the street. What a horrible existence. Utterly, utterly grim. By the way, on a separate point, I'm not going to bother pulling up video for it just now. Protests are still going on in Iran. They have intensified, not lessened, when the regime tried to clamp down on them. And I'd still say that that regime's going to collapse within days or weeks. I think it's going to happen. If I'm wrong, fine. But I think it's going to happen. But the news stories I'm reading that they are banging trouble. The regime in Iran is banging trouble. It's not going well at all. Last night during the night we covered some protests. It was early hours of the morning. We covered protests outside the ICE facility in Portland. It had ramped back up last night. It was a lot of people and it did get a wee bit out of hand. But again, not in any serious major way. But it looks like that might have calmed down again by tonight. Most of these protesters aren't made of tough stuff. Apart from the paid ones, regular people might want to protest. If it's cold or raining, they're they're not gonna show. Just your paid ones are down there when it's not with these hard nuts. Down here in Kensington Avenue, these people are out here sun, rain or shine, mate. These are the real tough guys. Again, these are the people I feel most sorry for in the area. This lady with her 2 daughters here, look at this. They're just trying to live their lives. They've got to catch this train here. They've got to walk through this. It's not ideal, you know, and like, how do you make a life for these people away from this sort of crap, you know, like, even that guy just there standing watching them, I just don't like the idea of it. It's a sin. Jeez, look at them go. If you want an easy guide of, well, if you can't tell by the gate, I think it's obvious. If you can't tell that he's a drug addict, the way he's stumbling about and just willing to stand in the rain. Look at these young girls all passing through the rain, going where they're going, and try to get there as fast as they can. He's willing to just stand about in the rain. Just like a guy lying on the stairs in the rain. Oh. Got his supplies. Who's leaning on the... This is zoomed too far in to see. I want to see what's doing. But it's always someone leaning on this mailbox here. Julian saying, hard life to live, you're right mate, they're tough. Yeah man, they're tough people. I've absolutely zero doubt. Philadelphia strong, even the drug addicts, man, they're tough people in there. They've gone through it, but they can all go to rehab. Obviously, it's hard to force anybody to, but we've seen them survive. Yeah, Julie's mailbox is a collection point. It's a collection point for letters, and what happens is you put your letter in there, postman comes, and whoever you've addressed it to, he will deliver it to them. But no, yeah, like they could all go to rehab and all that, and all the things people would say, and I agree with that. But they're also somehow getting by and surviving this horrific life that they're fine. They're choosing it, but they're choosing to live out here, and it is not. What's that guy shouting about? I never realised before there's an escalator right in there. You can see it going right now. It's fascinating. It's fascinating to me because we watch these people a lot, but I think they were just doing. They could have been trading cigarettes for all I know. What are these two doing? So it's just coming up 10 minutes after 8 p.m. in Philadelphia. What is he or she wearing? I thought that was chainmail, like a medieval knight at first. I thought it was chainmail armour, but it's a dress. But with a hoodie, and the dress is over a hoodie. I think this is a guy. Yeah, that's a fella. What is he doing? What is going on here? It's a guy wearing a dress over his hoodie and over his clothes in general. What kind of a madman? It's for fuck's sake. What's going on with this guy? What's his malfunction here? Either way, over his clothes, he's shoved a dress on. It's just the end of it. It's like purge night down here every night. Kensington, every night is purge night. Like, even the way he walks. And those trainers are too big for him. You see what's happening here? What's going on with the trainers there? He's wearing them like slippers. Let's see what he heads off to. Here we go. Keep an eye on the man in the dress. It's Ma'am! Do you think the woke crowd would come down here and support his right to call himself a woman? No. They wouldn't want anything to do with this guy. Just like everybody else around here is avoiding him like the plague. They're not going to be down here being his ally, are they? No. Well, she will. Oh no. He said to her, "Can I have a cigarette?" And she said, "Here, take this one." So, he got the cigarette off her. What is he doing, man? This is quality. Just when I thought, oh, it's getting a bit dull now, just as I was thinking that, he showed up in a dress. And he's saying hello to everybody in his dress. I think he's begging. He's begging for money, hustling. Oh no, he's following that guy now. Oh, don't go after him, then we won't be able to see you. Whatever. Someone just saying whatever. Whatever, bitch. Looks like he's went further in there, but not up. So we've lost guy in the dress. Or as I'm going to call him, Monty Python. So Monty Python's away in there. Here comes Top Heavy. What's she shouting about now? Let's see. We'll have to get this up to date here. That was a dress guy, long gone. I thought she was coming over there to them. The fuck, how did we lose her there? This one's zoomed in too much, so you're missing some of the picture a wee bit. Oh, there she is there, so if she's there, why is she not? Oh, she was behind there, and she came round. She's looking aggressive. There's something aggressive about her demeanour. And there's a security guy at this entrance, which makes me wonder if they might throw out Monty Python in the dress here. She's came straight. No, that's a different lady. Is it? Yeah, it is. They've all got similar looks. The fake fur coats, Ugg boots, and these sort of legging fiascos that they're all too fat to be wearing. What is the story with this? What are they wearing? What's going on there? This one's annoying me there, but it's a woman, isn't it? Is she touting for business dressed like this? And you look like shit, sweetheart. It's raining pretty heavily. It's not that cold though, as we saw. It is 12 degrees. It's cold enough, but maybe a bit too cold for shorts and whatnot. A couple of local hunchbacks. And a menagerie of hunchbacks over here. There's a guy with a colourful jacket and a white hat, the owner of the trolley of goods that have moved the gate. Oh no, they're there. He has moved them over a bit, but they're just there. What's the story with this? Is she hustling out here? Is she wearing a onesie? Fucking people. Honest to God, they're just... Julian saying dress man come back. I completely agree. I'm waiting, hoping he'll come back. But we got another nutter here who was then like seems to be like asking people for stuff. She's right in the mix. There's Dressman, he came out that way. Dressman's came out that side. Dressman and Crazy Woman in the shorts are both heading off that way. When if they came this way, we'd still have them in camera, but they're away off a camera shot, which is absolutely devastating. What are they doing? One erect and one hunched over. It's like the evolution of man right before your eyes. So he's the final stage, can walk normal. Doing here. This is some sort of business right on the corner here. It seems to be open at night. Someone picked up the clothes that wheelchair guy abandoned there. They're gone now. He is selling clothes out of this Target bag. That he has quite possibly stolen. I'm not making any accusations, just saying. What is going on with these two? Pure dodginess. No matter what it is, absolutely dodgy for certain. What are they doing? Why is he holding the jacket up like that? Am I being dense? Why is he holding the jacket up like this? Like this here? I don't get it. And the other guy's just yabbering on. Look at the way he keeps tracing away as if he's like a phantom or a ghost or something. So now the jacket's going in the bag. He's getting something else in the bag. He's had to unscrew. Oh. Right, something in the bag was for her to smoke. Like she just smoked trank. That's a woman. I believe. And now they're hugging. This big hug. Yep. Fucking hell, it's the longest hug in history, honestly. Come on. Yeah, that's enough of that. There's some sort of odd shots person was still over there, but the police have came, so that's sort of cleared out this. But that is a lot of pink she's wearing, and an attempt at pink in the hair. Maybe it's a bit orange. Dressman is back. It's official. Dressman is back. I wonder where the rest of the cast of Monty Python are, but he's here. Begging, harassing his way through life. What's he gonna do next? I can't wait to find out. Wow. He's going to wander out of shot. Hopefully this one will catch him up. He's down there somewhere, and when this pans round we'll catch him again. Fucking hell, they're still hugging. You notice every time the cops come around here, this bit clears. These cops like to keep that clear. This camera to catch up and get that guy on camera. He's down here somewhere, Monty Python. Julian said, yeah, Monty Python, great shout. Yeah, he looks like he's out of the Holy Grail or something, doesn't he? With that hood up and the dress, that's just wow. He's down here somewhere. He is down here somewhere, just not got him right now. Hopefully when this camera pans along we're going to find him, because he wandered off. He wandered off along this direction here, so let's see. Oh Jesus. It's that way when they try to walk fast, these hunchbacks, they always look permanently like they're going to fall in their face. Somehow they make it. So guy in the dress, he's down here somewhere. He wandered off down this way. Sometimes when there's something you want to see, you feel that this camera's going too fast. Because we wanted to catch up with that guy, it feels like it's going way too slow. There he is. There's guy in the dress. There we go. Come on, dress man, what you doing? Come back up this way into the other cameras so we can see you. Where's he going? He's attempting to cross the road. God. What a grim life. There's that prime real estate bit over there I talk about that is a key sector. Now, there is another camera I don't use often, but let's check this one out, because there he is, Dressman. That's them local bars we saw someone walking by, but here comes Dressman walking along past here. So he's on the other side of the road, so he might end up along here just shortly. They're still fucking hugging. You just better watch yourself because he is coming. He is coming your way. Again, OD Ali there. Oh, why did they zoom in this guy, make sure he's alive? Right, cop car's gone. So this will start picking up trade a bit. It's not gone, it's just moved forward a little bit. It's the bars here with a lot of grief. The sound's horrific on that. But your actual drug dealers you can see hang about the bar. That guy wearing a fur coat? No, it's just really long. He's wearing sandals and socks. He's a hero. But there's a couple of bars here, dodgy bars, and prime real estate for local scumbags. I don't think the actual drug dealers, but maybe one or two. That zoomed in on the two people that were hanging about there. That's the one that usually zooms in on this, the prime real estate section. I want to see if Dressman... He did! I was right, there's Dressman there. He showed up in this one with a couple that are here, hugging away and all that. Why is he holding her onto her while he does this? But Dressman's just sort of there. There's another hunchback there, but he's just sort of there. What dodgy hooligans down here with their faces covered, considering they're going into a bar? Why do they get their faces covered? That's right across from the train station, by the way. Prime real estate's just there. Overdose Alley's just there, as I call it. And well lit bit's just up here, that's that one. Dressman's looking to buy some merchandise, Julian. I don't think he's shifting merchandise. Julian's just saying maybe he's shifting some merchandise, but I think he's, if anything, he's looking to buy. Well, by the way he's wandering about, he's already had the merchandise, and he's, but he's on the hustle. He's out begging for money for the next lot, I believe. I need to refresh this one every time we come because it's always behind time. But a lot of dodgy characters outside this bar section here, isn't there? What we got here, they've moved the camera right down. That's further down than the prime real estate section I was talking about. There's something going on down here. That's the camera that was facing up the road towards the station. That guy's still there with his trolley, a few hunchbacks. Dressman is hovering around frustratingly somewhere off camera there. Oh no, he's back here now. That's just round the corner from there. It's like in the same vicinity. I couldn't wander by these gangbanger type looking dudes here. There's that lassie in old pink we were talking about. He stopped here for a minute. Let's see if they let him stop here. Well, are they going after him? Or are they just going in general? Oh, they're just messing about, being dicks. They're just dicks. These might be the scumbags you can hear shouting and things, by the way. They looked like they were going to go after him, they changed their mind. Thankfully. They're going in the bar. Yeah, they're going in. Why are you putting your hood on to go in a bar, you little prick? What a tool. No, I take it back, he's not going in, but he's still a tool. Some girls coming out, that's why 2 girls are coming out. Now the other camera that I was showing you focused in on something way over here. Let's see if it's still focused on it. Where is it? This one. Because there's a bit of a crowd have congregated down here. Dressman's wandered away down there. They went the other direction. Oh, the hugging couple's gone. They missed it. Totally empty here. So yeah, all the action's way down there. There's Fatty back. Yeah, Julian, you're absolutely right. They were laughing at poor Dressman. He's not doing any harm. He's just wandering around with a dress on over his clothes. He's clearly a madman. I mean, you know, I'd rather avoid them if I could, personally, but yeah, they were taking the piss. Alright, I think that's as good a place to leave it as any. Please remember, like, subscribe and share. We'll be back with more action news and checking out life on the main streets for these people almost every night. So see you tomorrow. We will be back. Take it easy, be safe, be warm, and all of that great stuff. It was good to see you, Julian, Miss Mary. Thank you for chatting away. Anyone else, please feel free anytime you're here to chat away. It's a safe space for chatting, as much as I hate the phrase safe space. But thanks again. Stay classy out there, Backlash Universe.